feel it, that quiet, undeniable pull toward each other, but life keeps finding ways to stand between you. Something deeper is already happening beneath the surface. This is not a coincidence. This is not bad timing. And this is not the universe being cruel to you. What is unfolding between you and this person right now is one of the most psychologically and spiritually complex experiences a human being can live through. And you deserve to understand what it actually means. There is a reason you cannot simply walk away from this feeling. There is a reason it stays with you in the quiet moments. When the room goes still, when you wake up at 3 in the morning, when a song plays, and suddenly you are right back there. Psychology calls this an activation of deep attachment circuitry, the part of your brain that does not distinguish between what is present and what is absent, only between what matters and what does not. And this person matters to you. That is not weakness. That is not delusion. That is your nervous system recognizing something real. What you feel is valid. The longing is valid. The confusion is valid. Even the ache of being close to someone and still feeling like there is an invisible wall between you. That is valid too. You are not imagining this connection. You are not making it bigger than it is. If anything, the distance between you has only made the truth of what you feel harder to deny. This is what is happening, not what might be happening, not what you are hoping is happening. What is actually unfolding in the space between two people who feel something true but cannot seem to reach each other, and why that space matters more than you know. The first thing the universe is doing is called the deepening. When two people are kept apart at the very moment they most want to be together, something extraordinary happens in the psychology of both individuals. The connection does not weaken, it deepens. It is like pressure applied to something already strong. It does not crack, it becomes more defined, more certain. Research in attachment psychology shows that emotional bonds formed under conditions of longing, uncertainty, and unresolved tension are often the most durable and the most honest bonds a person can form. Why? Because you are not connecting through convenience. You are not drawn to each other because it is easy or comfortable or immediately available. You are drawn to each other in spite of every reason not to be, and that kind of feeling, the kind that survives distance and silence and impossible timing, that is not infatuation. That is something your soul recognized before your mind had the language to explain it. The deepening is not punishment. It is proof. The second thing the universe is doing is called the revealing. Separation, when it comes to two people who genuinely feel something for each other, functions like a mirror. It strips away everything that is performative, everything that is comfortable, everything that is habit, and what it leaves behind is the truth. The real question is not whether you will find your way back to each other. The real question is who you each become in the waiting. Because distance does not only test a connection, it tests a person. It asks you to look honestly at yourself, at what you want, at what you are willing to hold on to, at what you are willing to release. The revealing is not comfortable, but it is necessary. It shows you with extraordinary clarity exactly how much this person lives inside you, even when they are nowhere near you. And if you are honest with yourself, you already know the answer to that question. The third thing the universe is doing is called the protection. This is the one most people resist, because it does not feel like protection in the moment. It feels like loss. It feels like being denied something you deserve. But consider this. Two people brought together before they are ready, before the ground beneath them is stable enough, often cannot hold the weight of what they feel. The connection collapses under the pressure of circumstances neither person was equipped to navigate. The universe, if you believe it has any intelligence at all, does not separate people who are meant to find each other in order to keep them apart forever. It creates the space that allows both people to become who they need to be in order to sustain what they feel. The protection is not rejection, it is preparation. It is the universe asking both of you to grow into the capacity for what you already carry for each other. The fourth thing the universe is doing is called the calling, and this one is perhaps the most quietly powerful of all. Well, when life keeps pulling two people apart, circumstances, timing, distance, obligations, there comes a point where both people face a choice. Not a grand, dramatic choice. A quiet, internal one. The choice of whether to keep honoring what they feel. The choice of whether to keep showing up. Not in person, not always in words, but in intention. In the private decision to not give up on something real, just because it is inconvenient. Psychology shows that the people who navigate this kind of longing most powerfully are not the ones who suppress what they feel or rush past it. They are the ones who let the feeling exist with dignity, who do not make it smaller than it is just because it is painful. The calling is this: to stay true to what you know is real, even when you cannot yet touch it. And you deserve to be chosen. Not as someone's backup plan, not as someone's convenient option when everything else falls away, but as someone's deliberate, conscious, unwavering choice. You deserve to be chosen with the full knowledge of who you are and the full willingness to meet what you feel. Your feelings are not too much. They are not an embarrassing excess of emotion that you should be ashamed of or learn to quiet down. Your emotional depth is not a flaw. It is the very thing that makes you capable of a connection most people spend their entire lives searching for and never find. The fact that you feel this so deeply, the fact that it lives in you this persistently, that is not a problem to be solved. It is a gift that has not yet been fully opened. And your silence right now, the way you are holding back, the way you are not forcing something that is not yet ready, that is not cowardice. It is not giving up. It is not resignation. It is wisdom. It is the quiet act of someone who understands that the most important things in life cannot be grabbed. They have to be allowed to arrive. You are not passive. You are patient. And there is more strength in that patience than most people will ever fully understand. If this reached you today, if something in these words felt like it was speaking directly to the quietest part of what you carry, then you already know this connection is real. Stay with it, honor it, and trust that what is meant for you is not lost. It is only finding its way. If this video touched something in you, please subscribe to Psychology Wisdom. Every day, this channel creates content for people who feel deeply and want to understand what is truly happening beneath the surface of their emotions and their relationships. Like this video if it gave you something you needed to hear, and know that you are not alone in what you feel. There is a whole community here, people just like you, choosing to understand themselves more honestly, one day at a time. We are glad you are here.